Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Hearing Things with Julie and Brad. And we usually have better timing. Who's going to introduce? And I just went with it. I just went with it.
Why not?
I just went with it. So today we're going to talk about a word. I always like talking about words, specifically disability. And so we're wearing our Disability Pride celebration. So every year, the Museum of Science in Boston puts on a Disability Pride celebration, hence the name. And so we just wanted to give a shout out to the Museum of Science. We tabled the HLAA Boston table. Can you table the table? Whatever. So we were at the table for HLAA, just kind of talking about resources that the organization has for the deaf and hard of hearing. And it's always so good to see people come out and just lean into their disability. It's a struggle all the time. And so having people not be ashamed of it at the time, it's refreshing. It's refreshing. So I did it last year, and then Julie and I did it this year. It's great. So it's usually the last Saturday in July, because July is Disability Pride Month, and it's nothing to be ashamed about, or is it? Right? So that's the term. That's the word we're going to talk about today. Is disability a bad word? Is it something that its time has come to move on to something else? What do you think, Julie? Do you think it's something that we should be using?
I have to go back to the term that I prefer to describe my hearing loss, which is incredibly controversial now because many people in our community find it offensive. Mm-hmm. I always default to hearing impaired. It is what it is, people. My hearing is impaired. There's something wrong with it that doesn't make it work correctly. Right. Something is getting in the way. But for a lot of people, they find that to be an offensive term, a derogatory term, a negative term. And people tend to default to either deaf with the uppercase D, if you're part of the deaf community, lowercase d deaf, or hard of hearing. I've started to use hard of hearing when I refer to both of us collectively, but I still typically go back to hearing impaired.
Sure.
So for me, I own the power of that word because I'm using it. I own the power of it, right? So I feel the same way about disability. I can see both ends of it. I can see how disability means not able to do something, and that can be really hurtful and derogatory, but at the same time, I'm not able to do certain things.
Yeah.
It's the reality.
Fact, yeah.
Do you want me in the exit row of a plane listening for directions? I don't think you want me to be the one to tell you when to go down the slide. I also don't think you want me to be the pilot with the headphones over the hearing aids and not be able to hear things. I definitely don't think you want me to be the person in the army that's leading a bunch of troops through the jungle. I can't hear people. Yeah. My ability is different. I am not able to do everything. I don't have an issue with the word disability. Mm-hmm. I think it's personal choice. Mm-hmm. I think the community itself has really kind of grabbed the word back and used it to be empowering. But here's the weird part. For most of my life, I have refused to identify myself as disabled.
Oh, interesting.
Even though I'm such a fierce advocate and so vocal for what I need for my hearing loss, it wasn't until the last year that I kind of had a moment of, whoa, wait a minute, you're disabled. Never thought of it that way. I never used that term for myself. So I'm stepping into it now in the last year, much like you're stepping into your hard of hearing identity.
Absolutely.
So that's been a shift for me. It's been interesting, and I think it's something to explore more. But for the purposes of this dialogue here, I'm going to have you jump in on your thoughts, but that's kind of my feelings about the words. What do you think?
I wonder how much the community has to do with it, right? Before, your hearing accommodations were just your special needs, right? Like everybody has their own special needs, and that's another term, right? That has a different connotation, and everyone has certain things that they can and can't do. There's certain things that, like, Julie can't reach the top shelf, I can, right? And so
my feet don't.
She's swinging right now.
I'm singing right now.
And so I think that's where it came from, right? Is like the way your ears worked were just like your feet swinging on the chair. It's just you need help getting up on the bar stool. The same thing. But then when you get involved in like a community, so like the HLAA it's a disability because we live in such an ableist society, right? We talked about the ADA a couple episodes, or maybe last episode. They get confusing. And I think that it depends on the people you surround yourself with. And we live in a society not made for us. And so, yes, in that case, we are disabled. I think I can see where people take offense for it. So, like, I've heard differently abled. I've heard that. For me, that's too much of a euphemism, but that's not for me. And so if it's for somebody else, fine. I think it really does matter the person or people that you're talking to. Use the terms they want. Uh-oh. Well, what did I say?
You effectively avoided the question. How do you feel about disabled for yourself? Were you getting there, or were you speaking more generally and globally?
I was getting
and
there.
Avoiding. Were you getting there? Were you really?
I spoke off to the side. So I'm of two minds with you as well, because I think there is a stigma to it. There's a stigma to disabled. You always there's a level of pity to it for sure. There's a little shame for me, a little bit for it, but like, I guess I tie it into my hearing, right? So like my hearing loss is my disability, and so I'm still trying to get comfortable, like advocating for my needs. So yeah, I guess I do have some problems with it, but it doesn't change the fact that I am disabled. And every time I say it, and I have had to say it at work at times, it's uncomfortable. But I think it's just because I'm leaning into the identity for the first time. So I don't think there's anything wrong with it, but I've internalized a lot of the stigma. And so I do have a bit of a problem with it, but that doesn't mean I'm not using it. Does that make sense?
That does make perfect sense. So interesting when you start breaking down the words, right?
Right. Yeah, because it's
identity,
where's the center?
How much it's a really loaded term.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, where's the center? It's like if I was in Gallaudet University, where like most of the culture is completely deaf, I would be disabled in that, but in the opposite way, because I can hear and I can't communicate with them through ASL, and so it depends on where you are, but the world at large, right, is a world that you have to be able to hear well. And if you don't, you have a disability, because that's referencing the norm in society. I mean, it's tough to put labels on things, because where do you stop, right? But there's validity to it, because you need to know how to navigate the situation you're in, and if you need extra accommodations, then that's disability. And I wonder too, like, we're struggling with it. I wonder how much that has to do with the lack of progress. Really, we've seen the ADA. I wonder.
I think that ties into it for sure. For sure. I just want to mention this. This is a different show and a blog post, but helpful tip for the viewers.
For me?
The people out
These
there.
out there?
Yeah, the people out there. If you're talking to someone with a disability that they identify and own as their disability, do not tell them they are inspirational.
Oh God, no. Yeah, that's a good point.
No. We don't do that here. Because disability and it always seems to come with the reaction from the able-bodied people of, oh, you're such an inspiration. No, I'm not. That's a whole other thing. I'm not going to go on a rant. Keep that in the back of your mind, because often when disability is discussed, that seems to be the second part of it for able-bodied people.
Yeah,
but they're so inspirational. Why?
Yeah.
I'm just living my life, doing the best I can.
Right.
You know?
Good point.
So, putting that out there, a little PSA. Second PSA. Are you done, by the way?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay, I'm going to keep going. Second PSA. Walk for Hearing in Boston is coming up. Sunday, October 5th. We are running the Down the Tubes team. We would love your support. Please consider a financial donation. We would also love to see you. Come on out on October 5th. We have linked all the information to this post, so you can click on it. You donate to us. Come out on the 5th. All the information's there. We also have Down the Tubes custom T-shirts for order for you to check out.
I think it's going to be too late.
Never mind. You're not getting the T-shirt this year. Next year you might, but try anyway. Maybe I have extras. You never know with me. But
that's true.
Regardless, we would love your financial donation to support our mission and support the mission of the HLAA, who has been instrumental in their own advocacy work nationwide for those of us with hearing loss, and it's been impactful for us too, in terms of the advocacy we've been able to do and the resources we've been able to access and the community we're building.
Yeah,
so great. Please consider a financial donation to the Walk for Hearing. The link is below. Click on it.
Yes.
Give us your money. All right. Thank you, everybody.
All right.
Books. You go first.
I'll go first. So, my book this week is A City on Mars. So it's by the Weinersmiths. They are one is a Kelley is the really come on actually. So it's kind of fitting because Kelley is the scientist and her husband Zach is the cartoonist. So of course they're gonna laugh at themselves. And so it's basically them taking all of the supposed claims about Mars is going to save us because Elon is first among them. It's like, let's just move to Mars. And so they evaluate different aspects of what it would be like to live on Mars with cartoons interspersed. And so it's fun. And like, spoiler alert, we can't live on Mars. Mm-hmm. We can't. It's going to be centuries before we can, because the trip there, depending on where we are in orbits, can take like 18 months. So it's not a short trip. And that means that if something goes wrong, oops, and you can't just load up and pack heavy, because you pack heavy and you can't get off Earth. So all those people saying that the future of life on Earth is life on Mars, they're wrong. I mean, that's a scientific consensus. I wish we could send some people to Mars, but that's a different. You have a short list.
Just thinking.
Sure. Yeah,
we get along really well.
We do.
We work well together. We're together a lot. I don't think even with you, I could sustain 18 months.
No.
In a capsule.
Yeah, no.
Hurtling across space. I think even
I couldn't. I wouldn't be able to.
No way.
I need my alone time. I can't get out and take a walk.
I can't even imagine, like, the person I get along with, one of the people that I get along with the best. Oh, God. Can you imagine 18 months in a capsule?
Nope. Not at all.
God, one of us would be dead. It would probably be me, not making it to Mars.
That's interesting. So, like, say that like, this happened, and we were actually not us specifically, but we could actually make it to Mars. Would disabled people be chosen to go to Mars?
Probably not.
Interesting, right?
Probably not.
Yeah.
There's no way. Would our hearing aids burn out in space?
I mean, in space itself. I mean, there's no air, so they wouldn't work.
Right, but like. Oh, right. And then how many batteries do you pack with you to take to Mars? This is the stuff I need to think about. But, I mean, oh, my God, we kill each other. So we would have to go in 2 separate capsules.
Yeah, yes. And then maybe join up again.
And meet up.
Yeah.
So
anyway, City on Mars.
Fascinating
book. Yeah, it's fun.
Fascinating.
Yeah, pick it up. What do you got?
Okay.
What do you got? Uh-oh, story time?
Charlie and the Chocolate Factory
okay.
by Roald Dahl.
Yeah.
I love that book.
That's a great book.
But I have a major issue with that book.
Oh?
Grandpa Joe.
Ah.
The man's been in bed 20 some odd years. Charlie comes home with a golden ticket, and all of a sudden that fool can walk.
Yeah. Either he's lying or this is a work of fiction, Julie.
I have an issue with this. These people are in poverty eating watered down soup. Well, that old man's been flopping around in bed for 20 plus years.
It's true. The muscle
atrophy.
atrophy.
The kid comes home with a candy bar, and all of a sudden, look who's mobile. Issues with Grandpa Joe, but otherwise it's a great book. The imagination is phenomenal. Yeah. I've always wanted to visit the Chocolate Factory. It's such a great classic children's book, and it's a great read aloud for some kids who struggle with some of the vocabulary in there and the tempo and the pacing of the story. It's a lot to hold on, but as a family at night, I think we forget we can read aloud to kids no matter how old they are.
Yeah.
Make it a family experience. A couple of chapters a night. It's awesome, and just Grandpa Joe, man. I think he could have been out working the whole time. But that's just me. Because nobody else got out of the bed. Of the 4 of them.
That's true.
Grandpa Joe, Grandma Josephine, Grandma Georgette, and Grandpa George. The 4 of them.
Those names are problematic as well. I mean, come on, Roald.
The other 3 stayed in bed. So the other 3 either couldn't move and were really totally ill and had justified being in bed, or they were smart enough to be like, we got this good bed gig going here. We're not getting up for any candy bars. So I can debate Grandpa Joe all day long. So that's what I have to say about that.
I did not see that one coming.
You never do.
No.
You never do.
Nope.
All right, well, next show will be from the capsule in Mars. And you can take that on which one of us is going to survive it. And that's it. Good to see you all, and we will see you again. Take care, everybody.
Bye, guys. Bye.